Across to center. Joyner, Evans, and Jesse Small. Now starting on the right side. Jenkins and Allen on the corners. Terry Hogue for the injured Andre Waters. Rookie #1 pick Ben Smith at free safety. Jim Rosenbach of Washington State, #3 quarterback. And they'll run it on first down. It is Johnny Johnson, the rookie from San Jose State, gets about 5 yards. What a week he had in his debut against Washington in the losing cause. 54 yards rushing. Offensively, joining Rosenbach and company, Sharp, Kennard, Bill Lewis over from the Raiders, a Plan B free agent. Smith, Judy Robbins playing hurt. Walter Reeves, the second-year tight end. Wolfley is now an H-back with the rookie Johnson, Green, and J.T. Smith, the veteran wide receivers. Johnson again tripped over a blocker who was knocked down, got maybe a yard. It'll leave third and about 4 yards to go. Seth Joyner on the tackle. There is Joe Bugel, the new head coach of the Phoenix Cardinals, coming over after a long, distinguished career as an assistant at Washington, and going home there last week and getting shellacked by his former team 31-0. But a very optimistic, gung-ho kind of a coach. Players have taken to him. Third down, and it is only 2 yards required for the first. Frizzell and Hopkins are in the secondary. Sikahema is stopped short of the first down by about a half a yard. So Phoenix will have to punt as the Eagles defense does the job on the first series. Hopkins on the hit. Marvin Hargrove, a name most of you have never heard of, back to receive the punt. He's quite a story. We're going to tell you more about him as the game develops. He is standing at the 25 alone. His first time ever in a punt returning role in regular season play for the Eagles. The punter, Rich Camarillo, one of the best. And a good rush on Camarillo. Did not get a good hit. A flag down as the ball goes out of bounds at the 26-yard line. 2 flags are down. And so is one of the Eagles slow to get up in midfield is William Frizzell, a 42-yard punt. Our referee today is Jerry Austin, the first call of the afternoon.
Really interesting. Early in the game already, Tim, the Eagles came into this game feeling they could put some heat on Camarillo because when he punts the ball, when he expects a return, he takes a 3-step approach to the ball. When he thinks there's a rush, he takes 2 steps. And they thought that maybe with that long 3-step approach, they could get him. But let's see what happens here.
We have multiple fouls on the receiving team. We have holding, number 34, that's declined. We have a personal foul, blocking out of bounds, be 15 yards from the spot against the receiving team, first down.
Well, blocking out of bounds, the call against the receiving team, the Eagles. So they are set back, but they do keep the football. And they are going to mark it back somewhere inside the 20-yard line, it appears. Let's see. They're setting it down, indeed, inside the 15 at the 13. So the Eagles starting deep in their own end, their first offensive possession. Rich Kotite, the new offensive coordinator, came over from the New York Jets, has installed a disciplined pass attack. The receivers do not make the sight reads that many of them do around the league. He wants everything precise, and he hopes that it'll bring up, as Irv told us, the passing percentage of Randall Cunningham. He's looking for 65% on the year. There's a number from a week ago. On first down, they run it. Anthony Toney, and he is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Absolutely straightened up. First man to hit him, Jim Waller, the right defensive tackle, number 66, the second-year man from UCLA. Defensively, he is joined by Carl Hairston for the injured Bob Clasby, Freddie Joe Nunn, and Rod Sadler on the ends. The linebackers, Buddy Ryan has a lot of respect for them. Bell, Hill, and Harvey. They are young, and they are all #1 picks. Mack and Taylor on the corners. Tim McDonald, an outstanding strong safety, and the veteran Lonnie Young. Second down, 9.5. Knocked down by Freddie Joe Nunn, who put a big paw on the pass, intended out the right side. A quick hitch pass, it appeared, from Cunningham. Nunn gave it no chance.
Great reaction by Freddie Joe Nunn. This is a short drop by Cunningham. 3-step drop and fire, but watch number 78 get those big paws up there. He stands 6'4", leaves the ground, swats it down.
2 good defensive plays for the Cardinals. It is 3rd down, still 9.5. They bring in Ildonta Osborne, number 90, a rookie linebacker, along with Michael Zordich into the secondary, number 38. Cunningham for fires, bobbles, holds on, and may have a first down. Dragged down by Lorenzo Lynch and Jay Taylor.
Keith Byers is one of the most versatile offensive players in football, Tim. He plays a variety of positions for the Eagles. Now he's split outside the slot. You'll see him coming across the field here on a crossing pattern, catching the ball. He has great hands. He bobbled that one, picked up the first down for the Eagles. The Cardinals' problem today will be trying to find out where Byers is lined up on every offensive play.
So it is a first down Eagles, first of the afternoon by either team at their own 24. Wide open is Calvin Williams.
You talk about the Eagles having some variety in their offense. Prior to this year, they ran the ball on first down in every single game they played. Rich Kotite believes he should mix it up. Now this is a long yardage situation. Faking a run here with Byers and tossing back to Cunningham. The old flea flicker. There's the receiver wide open. Calvin Williams for the catch.
40-yard gain for the rookie from Purdue, their number 4 pick this year. First down in Phoenix territory at the 34. Another first down pass. Caught by Marvin Hargrove, the rookie from Richmond. And fans, get this. For the 3rd time in this young man's career, he has scored the first time he has had his hands on the ball. When he was a high school player, he scored on his first time he ever touched it. It happened again in college at Richmond. And Irv, how about that?
Tim, I have goosepimples. I don't believe this. He told us yesterday he had a dream. The first time he touched the ball, he went all the way for a touchdown because he had done it before in high school and college. We'll pick up this extra point here right now, but this is incredible.
Roger Ruzek for the extra point. There is more to tell about Marvin Hargrove. The Eagles jump into a 7-0 lead. Marvin Hargrove walked on to the practice field of the Philadelphia Eagles back in July. Asked Buddy Ryan for a try at Irv. He told us that he had to fight his way through a crowd of autograph hounds to get to Buddy. But he showed him enough action like this to get a tryout.
He said he could run a 4.440 the day he tried out for Buddy. He went up and asked him for the tryout, and Buddy said, "Can you run the 40?" He said, "Sure." He said, "Can you run it now?" He said, "Sure." So he took off his street clothes, ran a 40 about 4.7, where Buddy was impressed enough to think that this guy had something, and indeed he does. What an exceptional story. What an unusual story this is. He's in Willingboro, New Jersey, Tim, and he's got several busloads of friends of his out here to watch him play his first pro game.
And yet, at the end of training camp, he was cut. What did he say? "I'll be back." You'll hear from Marvin Hargrove. And he was also quoted as saying, "My grandmother once told me God doesn't always come on time, but if you wait, he'll get there." So they re-signed him this week when their rookie Bellamy went down to injury in the Giants game. They needed another wide receiver. They brought back the star from Willingboro, New Jersey. He was ready to play, and he said, as you said, "I dreamt that I will score on the first time I touch the ball, just like I did at Richmond, just like I did at Willingboro High." And is there a better story in this early NFL season than Marvin Hargrove?
Tim, you just have to believe, huh?
You gotta believe. I think I heard that somewhere before. So the Eagles' Roger Ruzek kicks it out. Sticking him inside. The end zone will bring it out. To the 22-yard line of the Cardinals, met there by David Bailey, number 93. There is the young man. 87 yards in 5 plays. Perfect passing from Cunningham on the drive. Using up 220, and the Rich Kotite offense strikes early for the Eagles.
Let's see if the Cardinals can counter. We knew the Eagles wanted to go deep with their wide receivers. They hit on a big one early. The Cardinals have to answer the call.
Rams with an early lead, 7-0. They'll be playing the Eagles next week. First down. Phoenix. Rosenbach, short drop, sideline overthrown, intended for Ron Wolfley, the H-back in this new Joe Bugel offense, the Washington-style offense. Ron Wolfley is in one of those handy guys, a fullback for the Cardinals, now in his 6th year, a real tough guy on special teams and a great team man in the locker room, Herb.
Yeah, he doesn't say very much, you know, but Wolfley's one of these guys who goes out and does it every Sunday. He's a hard worker, a real plugger, and he kind of puts the steel in that Cardinal offense.
3 wideouts now, J.T. Smith, Roy Green, and Ricky Prohl, a rookie from Wake Forest. Smith was not used in this role a week ago. We'll talk more about that. Ernie Jones was in the 3 wide package. Johnny Johnson runs into his own blocker. And gets near a first down. The rookie from San Jose State. And the quarterback, Rosenbach, threw a good block to spring him after he ran into traffic on the left side.
He not only ran into traffic, he ran into a train. That train represented number 92, Reggie White. Now Johnson displaying great reaction here, finds everything is closed down on the left side of his offensive line. Now here's where his pure instinct takes place. This, folks, you cannot teach. It's a great block there for his quarterback. But Johnny Johnson, picking seeing daylight, streaks upfield. Now here comes number 92. That's a load.
And White made a long run to get there.
Penalties declined. 3rd down.
Offside was charged against White, evidently, but declined by the Cardinals, and so they have a 3rd and about a yard at their own 33-yard line. Down 7-0 here at Veterans Stadium. Eagles offensive series going for a touchdown on his first drive. Anthony Thompson, the #1 pick out of Indiana in the 2nd round, would appear to have the first down. Number 34. And they do have a first down as Joe Bugel can now breathe a little more freely as they're out at their 34-yard line with a first down. Simmons and Small on the tackle for the Eagles.
Tim, despite, you know, the Eagles, of course, have that great defensive line, but the Cardinals have a strong offensive line. And Bugel knows how to develop offensive lines. He did it with the Washington Redskins quite successfully. He feels this Cardinal offensive line is pretty much in that class.
It's a good, experienced line, no doubt about it. An all-pro and Louis Sharp. Rosenbach forced from the pocket. Gets back near the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up with a loss of about a yard, maybe 2. Mike Pitts tripped him up, number 74.
If the Cardinals hope to have success throwing the ball, they have to block number 92, Reggie White. He's lined up here at his defensive left end position. He just simply runs over the running back here. Johnson's a great runner, but looks like he has to work on his blocking a little bit. But White continues to pursue him. Here's a guy who's 285 pounds or so, who just is relentless in pursuing ball carriers and quarterbacks and winds up with a sack.
2nd and 12. Cardinals at their own 32. Rosenbach rolling right this time. Runs out of time. Pitts for the sack. Loss of about 3 on that one.
Tim, you don't want to overdo Reggie White's presence. But Reggie White was double-teamed by Lance Smith and Tootie Robbins. And because of that double-team, he opens up a gap here. You see right here where Pitts comes inside there? There's a lineman Pitts had to beat one-on-one. And because Reggie White was double-teamed, there was a hole there, just like a hole you'd create for a linebacker to go through on a blitz. And Mr. Pitts comes up with a sack.
That's so much a part of this great front four of the Eagles, that very fact. 3rd down and 15. The rookie under pressure now for Zellen Hopkins in the secondary. Joining regular score. Rosenbach gets time and picked off at the 40-yard line. It is the rookie Ben Smith, number 26 from Georgia. His first interception as a pro, and the Eagles have a first down in Phoenix territory.
Vince Smith plays this real well. He has great ball reaction, Tim, and tremendous hands. He's almost like a receiver back there. So when the ball goes up, Rosenbaugh simply just didn't have anything. It was really a bad throw. He misread the defense. Smith playing the short zone there, stepped up and took it away. Roy Green, the intended receiver. Here he is right now playing the short zone. Now watch him drop off and pick it up.
First down at the 39-yard line of Phoenix. The Eagles in control. Anthony Toney. Not much. Carl Hairston, number 98. The 37-year-old, 15-year man out of Maryland Eastern Shore, filling in for the injured Bob Clasby, who's now on injured reserve with a knee injury suffered a week ago against Washington. What a remarkable career Carl Big Daddy Hairston has had.
Tim, one of the things the Eagles rely on is turnovers. They led the league last year in interceptions, while the Cardinals, on their other hand, led the league giving up the ball with 30. So, the turnover game.
Second and 9, Eagles. Deep for Mike Quick, and it is broken up by Jay Taylor. Good defensive play by number 27. The second-year man who ran off the veteran Carl Carter. They cut Carter as Taylor just took the job away in training camp this year. And the little guy, 5'9", makes a good play here.
A good throw, but a great defensive play on Taylor's part, having good position on Quick. Now, the ball was just a little short. Quick had to slow down, but I think had the ball been thrown properly, with the position Taylor had, he still could have made the play. A tremendous defensive effort by the cornerback.
Cunningham, 3 of 5 and a touchdown on third down. Osborne, Zordich, and Turner in for the Cardinals. Cunningham escapes the first rush, but not the second. It is Osborne, number 90, the rookie from Louisiana Tech, coming up with a sack. A big play for the Cardinals, 2 in a row defensively.
You know, Tim, you might wonder what's happening to Cunningham here. In years past, he'd have tucked this away and thrown and run with the ball. But in this offense, he's trying to stay in the pocket, have the pass receivers develop, and makes the big play. Now, here he's looking upfield, doesn't really quite feel Osborne as he comes through and makes the sack. In the old days, he'd have tucked it off and run with it. Today, he looked for the big play upfield.
Jeff Beagle's first punt of the day for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's playing for the injured John Pelchick. And it will go out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. The Eagles does the job, but the Cardinals defensively had a good series, stopping Philadelphia after the turnover. So we'll be back at Veterans Stadium in a moment.
With a scent so big, so bold, so bracing, it's right up there with your peak experiences. New Mountain Fresh Dial.
Tim Ryan and Irv Cross at Veterans Stadium, Philadelphia. 6:32 to go. First quarter. The Eagles on top 7-0, and a fairy tale touchdown to the rookie Marvin Hargrove, the walk-on from nearby Willingboro, New Jersey. Cut at the end of training camp, got a second chance with him, and scores on the first time he touches the ball as a pro. The Cardinals backed up but made a good defensive stand against the Eagles on the last series. Rookie Johnny Johnson gets about 6 out the left side. This guy is also a good story. Played only 5 games his senior year at San Jose State.
Well, he had some problem with the coach here at San Jose State, apparently, Tim, because during the earthquake in the San Francisco area, he decided to stay home with his mother during football practice. Missed a couple of practices, and the coach didn't like it and said, okay, you're off the team. But there, folks, is a great football player.
And that's probably why he lasted into the 7th round, where the Cardinals wisely took him. Here's Johnson again. This time it's stuffed. The linebacker, Joyner, number 59, and the middle linebacker, 56, Byron Evans. Johnny Johnson had 54 yards rushing last week, 14 carries, 6 catches, and just impressed everybody who watched him. And his coach, Joe Bugle, is convinced he's going to be a real good pro.
Keep an eye on that catching ability. He has tremendous hands. He's a great running back. He's also a top-flight receiver.
Smith, Green, and Kroll and their 3 wideout package on 3rd down and 5. Rosenbaugh gets some time and overthrows the intended receiver, Kroll, the rookie from Wake Forest, number 87. So Phoenix, unable to move offensively once more, will have to punt.
Tim, that was one of those plays where everything was there. The protection was good. The play action was good. The receiver was open. The patterns was run properly. The ball is just a tad high. I'm sure Rosenblock would love to have that one back.
Well, he's still a little hyper out there, a little excited, I think, Irv, and that was part of his problem in his debut last week. Are they coming on this punt? Camarillo gets it away, and they were close. Hargrove, his first punt return. Flags are down as he got to the 39-yard line. A 48-yard punt from Rich Camarillo. Well done. A flag on the play. Wolfley made the tackle. Field judge Don Hakes made the call. This is referee Jerry Austin.
Illegal block, number 51 of the receivers, 10 yards, first down.
Illegal block charge against Ricky Shaw. And we'll be back at Veterans Stadium. Eagles on top, 7-0. Tim Ryan and Irv Cross, Veterans Stadium, and this shot is coming to you from the world's largest flying whale. Check it out, folks. Shamu is up there. Shamu with props and a lot of helium. Aerial pictures of today's game courtesy of Airship Shamu, the goodwill ambassador for the SeaWorld family of parks. And there is Rich Kotite, the new offensive coordinator of the Eagles. You like what you see so far from what he's done, Irv?
He's really mixed it up and gone deep. That's what they wanted to do.
Flag down, but he's throwing on first again. Anthony Toney, about a 5-yard gain. 3 Cardinals converge on him. 2 linebackers and the safety man Lonnie Young with a flag on the play. Illegal procedure motion call against the Eagles.
Illegal motion, number 85, moving before the snap, 5 yards, repeat first down.
The new tight end, Mickey Schuler, who's in there in Jackson's spot, Keith Jackson's spot. Well, Rich Kotite had some goals for the season set here.
They're pretty much on target. No first down sacks. It's the first 41% of the third down. And, of course, they get into a short yardage position. They want to get it every time.
Well, that is an important goal to not blow those opportunities on short yardage at the goal line. So it's first and 15. Schuler hooks it up and picks back 10 of the yards. It'll leave a 2nd and 5. Mickey Schuler, a late pickup at the end of training camp. The Jets cut him. 34-year-old, 13-year man in the NFL. And I think they, in many ways, got to feel lucky they got somebody with his experience with the Keith Jackson holdup.
He understands this offense thoroughly. He ran it for a number of years with New York. He was not only cut from the Jets, he took a pay cut to come to Philadelphia. He's making about $500,000 a year now, down from $750,000. But he's happy.
Being a Kotite man certainly was an asset in every way. And even though they love to have Jackson back, they did well to get a man like Schuler. On 2nd down, Byers. Byers batters for the first down at the 40-yard line. Ken Harvey, the linebacker, finally pulled him down, but you can see how strong that Keith Byers is.
He doesn't look as strong as he is, Tim. He carries about 240 pounds and runs a 4.40, so he's a very explosive ball carrier, but he's an excellent receiver and plays 3 or 4 positions on this Eagles offense. Sometimes a running back, as he was there. Sometimes it was split out as a flanker. Sometimes he's in a slot. Sometimes he'll even be a tight end. So he's a very versatile ball player for the Eagles offense.
First down, Eagles. Cunningham on play action for Quick. Incomplete inside the 15. Jay Taylor, again, good coverage. The ball went to his outside shoulder. But Taylor, I think, did a good job. And you can see Cunningham picking up the next play as Kotite sends it in.
Play action pass on first down. Here's what he wants to do in the passing game. The back Turtle offense and get 100 yards rushing, 250 passing. There you go, 350 for total yardage. But so far, he's got 99 yards of that 250 he wants to get on the day.
2nd and 10. Calvin Williams in motion. They go to Williams, and did he hold it or not? Incomplete. Cedric Mack had the coverage, number 47. Ball was on the money, but the rookie couldn't hold on. I believe third down. Eagles.
One of the things Kotite was concerned about, too, Tim, last week against the Giants, they had 4 or 5 drop balls. And when you get hit between the numbers, you have to hold on to it.
3 wide out. Fred Barnett, another rookie, joining Williams and Quick, but a flag down. May have been delay of game, but evidently not. Consultation down there. 3 black hats and a white hat.
False start, left guard, repeat, third down.
4th penalty against the Eagles. Cost them 35 yards. Mike Shadd, the left guard, number 79, the culprit.
You know what happens, though, sometimes. We'll develop the story with the left side of the Eagles' offensive line, Mike Shadd and Matt Darwin. They're both playing in there after having had off-season knee surgery on both their knees.
Third down. Fires. He's got it. Drops the ball after he's hit. May have been out of bounds, ending the play. Made a good catch, then coughed it up on a tough hit from Lonnie Young. And now the question is, did that occur? It was right at the sideline. Let's see if they're going to call it a completion, then a fumble out of bounds. If so, a 19-yard gain.
Okay, Cunningham from the shotgun position, and Byers is split out this time. The wide receiver just going straight upfield. I can't really. Looks like he caught the ball, hit the ground, and then gave it up. Here it is from a different angle. Caught the ball. Again, I can't tell. Looked like he hit the ground and the ball came out. Completed pass.
And it went out of bounds. First down for the Eagles, a 19-yard gain. This is Sherman Sherman, pardon me. Heath Sherman. Sherman family won't be happy with that. Second-year man from Texas A&I, number 23, getting his first carry. Gain of about 4. Cunningham made a quick trip to the sideline at the end of that play. So this play he has shuttled in himself. Second down, 6. Indianapolis on top of New England, 7-0. Tony and Sherman, the running backs, now in the pro set. Good time for Cunningham, deep for Quick. This time he's got it. Well, they went back at Jay Taylor again, Irv, and this time it paid off.
I think the game plan is pretty obvious. Try to work on the right cornerback one-on-one with anybody, whether it's Mike Quick or Keith Byers. But this time it's a play-action pass. It looks like Taylor's in pretty good shape here until he has to turn completely around to relocate himself on Quick. He's a step behind, and Quick makes the catch. One thing Kotite told us that Cunningham has is he will not touch his great upfield vision. He sees things upfield that most quarterbacks miss.
Inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. First down, a 39-yard play. Sherman. Maybe in. No signal yet. Close to the goal line. No score. They'll spot it just outside the goal line for Heath Sherman, number 23. Hairston and Nunn made the tackle. Garth Jacks into the game on that play, along with Lorenzo Lynch on this goal line defense of Joe Bugle's Cardinals. Cunningham, touchdown. Randall Cunningham has passed for a score and sneaks it in from about a foot. Gets a greeting from Jim McMahon.
Tim, you give this one to the offensive line. It's wedge blocking down here on the goal line. The guards and tackles pitching inside, trying to create some movement for Cunningham to go over the top, and they made it easy for him.
Behind Solt and Alexander, the guard and center on the right side. Buzek with a point after. And the Eagles still in the first quarter with 15 seconds remaining have a 14-0 lead. Tim Ryan and Irv Cross in Philadelphia, where the Eagles have just scored again to lead the Phoenix Cardinals 14-0. Cardinals have not played badly defensively, have not been able to move the ball at all on offense, and did give up a couple of big plays that led to the Philadelphia scores. 70 yards in 9 plays, using up 4:33 on the clock. And the key play was the bomb from Cunningham to Quick, setting up the 1-yard quarterback sneak. Ruzek, good kickoff, deep again. Sikahema will down it in the end zone. 9 seconds remain first quarter. Rosenbach gets the word from Joe Bugle and will try to do something from the 20-yard line. Jim McMahon just contributed to the work of the Eagles today by going out to pick up the kicking tee. And the fans gave him a warm welcome. He is still a character, and he is still a football player, and what physical condition he is in. Even though he told us he doesn't do anything at practice to stay in shape. The rush on Rosenbach is his throw, and a first down Cardinals. Time runs out in the quarter. They get up to the 37-yard line. Kerry Hogue made the tackle there. Hogue starting for the injured Andre Waters. So that's the end of the first quarter with the score. The Philadelphia Eagles 14, the Phoenix Cardinals nothing. Nothing. Eagles lead Phoenix. We begin the second quarter. There's more football ahead on CBS. Our doubleheader game 2 will feature the Redskins at the 49ers. 4 o'clock Eastern time. First down Cardinals from their own 37, working right to left now in their road red uniforms. Smith, Green, and Cole. 3 wides on first down. Johnny Johnson gets about 3. Rookie from San Jose State. His father held the all-time rushing records at his alma mater, San Jose State, for 14 years. And then Junior came along and broke about everything in sight.
That's called progress, Tim.
That's for sure, and I'm sure his daddy's real proud of his effort, and he's off to a great start in the NFL. 54 yards rushing a week ago, along with 6 catches. Second down. Rosenbach under pressure, and he is sacked. Second sack of the afternoon against a young man, Rosenbach from Washington State. Pitts and Hogue were there.
This is the things the Eagles really do well. They put great pressure on that front 4. They penetrate, just drive that offensive line back. Here comes White making contact first. And then number 34, Terry Hogue, just cleans up.
Joe Bugle knowing he's got to give this youngster time and hoping that his offensive line can do something to stop that fearsome rush. Third down and 12. In motion, Kroll. Kroll wide open. Falls down at the 40-yard line of Philadelphia, but a big gainer for a first down in Eagles territory.
That throw tells me a lot about Tim Rosenbach. He's under heat, goes down. Next play comes up, bang, hits a strike. Now watch how he's so cool and calm in the pocket here. He knows he's under pressure. He was just knocked down the play before this. Here come the same 4 guys. This time the offensive line picks it up. He stands there coolly, hits Ricky Prohl for the completion. Nice throw, nice catch.
Number 2 pick by the Cardinals this year, Ricky Prohl, has a first down for them at the 39. Time again for Rosenbach. Intended for Green, and it's a little short. Eric Allen knocks it away. Number 21.
I think now we know what Eric was talking about yesterday when he told us, I hate to play against those old guys. Particularly this guy, Roy Green, because he has so many moves and he still has that speed. Roy is one of the most clever receivers in all of pro football. This time Eric Allen in a press position wants to sort of knock him off stride before the ball gets in the air. But Green, who's seen that many times, knows how to beat it, and he does. Look at there. Deep post pattern. The ball's a little short. Had it been thrown properly, that would have been a big play.
You got it. Eric Allen was glad it was short. Second down and 10. Phoenix. Johnny Johnson. Good run by Johnson out the left side for about 7 yards for an NFL update. Let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
Well, Tim, late in the first quarter in Detroit, the Atlanta Falcons pull even. Chris Miller, 10 yards to Andre Rison in the end zone. They've gone to the second quarter at the Silverdome now, tied at 7. Back to Tim and Irv in Philadelphia.
Run and shoot, silver stretch, red gun, all kinds of action going on there today, I'm sure. I love what Buddy Ryan calls that offense, the chuck and duck.
Yeah, chuck and duck.
I don't think he believes in it. Third down.
Not at all.
If I had his defense, I'd probably feel that way, too. Sikahema in the backfield here. 3 wide receivers out to the right. And Joyner ran over Sikahema and buried Rosenbach. Flags are down. Evans there with the charge as well. To top it off, a holding call against the Cardinals.
Oh, boy. I'm sure Bugle is really churning over that one. Let's listen to the call here.
Holding, number 51, offense. Repeat, third down.
Bill Lewis, the center, number 51.
Tim, this play, the reason why he held on him is because he has number 92, Reggie White, on his nose. Now, he has 2 people blocking him, the guard and center. He still grabs him as he goes down, but had that ball not been batted down at the line of scrimmage, Roy Green would have had a touchdown. He was like 5 yards wide open in the secondary.
Joyner just came flying over Sikahema, forcing Rosenbach to throw it sooner than he wanted to. Third down, 15, and Rosenbach didn't like something that he saw, and timeout is called. We'll be back in a moment.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Mercedes-Benz, engineered like no other car in the world. Hewlett-Packard LaserJet printers, they'll get you noticed. And by Miller Lite. When it's Miller Lite, less filling tastes great.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. A blimp glimpse, 14-0 Eagles. In the second quarter, 12:06 to go. Tim Ryan and Irv Frost watching an impressive Eagles team. In the early going here, a quick touchdown to rookie Marvin Hargrove. Quite an incredible story for that young man, scoring on his first play in the NFL as he had done at the University of Richmond and at Willingboro High School in New Jersey. Third down and 15. Randall Cunningham scored on a 1-yard sneak for the second Eagles score. Rosenbach gets some time and in and out of the hands of Green, who had Jenkins draped all over him, number 46, the left cornerback.
You're talking about shadowing a receiver. Jenkins literally became Green's shadow. I mean, he was all over him. A very close call, but clean. Here, Green going upfield with a hook inside. Now, Jenkins just breaking on the ball, goes through the receiver properly, knocks the ball down before he made contact.
So the Cardinals forced once again to punt. Rich Camarillo, his third effort today, standing at his own 42. High, short kick. Camarillo leaves it fair caught at the 18-yard line by Hargrove. And we'll be back at Veterans Stadium. Well, let's just take a look at a little scuffle here before we leave to see if any flags fly. No, only tempers flew. And so we'll take our commercial break and be right back. Quick look at what's happened here so far. You see the Eagles outgaining the Cardinals handily. Cunningham is 6 of 10, and Marvin Hargrove, what a story, a 34-yard score, the first time he touches the ball in the NFL. 14-0 lead by the Eagles, and you have to be impressed with that offense we talked about at the top of the game.
Well, one of the things Rich Kotite told us he would do is mix things up. Throw the ball on first down, run some play action, spread things out, and go for the home run.
Let's take a look at that touchdown pass to Marvin Hargrove. Came early in the first quarter. Randall Cunningham, a perfect strike to the young man. Number 80, down the sideline. runs under it and into the end zone from 34 yards away for the score. Cunningham added a quarterback sneak, and that's how we stand. Cardinals offense continues to struggle, and there is the man of the moment, Marvin Hargrove, born in Philadelphia, a graduate of nearby Willingboro, New Jersey High School, where his family still lives. Eagles from their own 17-yard line have Tony and Byers and a problem, and Cunningham will have to take a timeout. Well, we were asking Randall Cunningham at practice about calling these plays and how long it takes to come in. There is a flag down, delay of game, and listening to him, Irv, describe some of these play calls, you can understand why in 25 seconds under the new rules this year, sometimes they're not going to get it done.
Here's what he calls. This is what he looks for from the signal. The formation, slot, blue left, motion, slip, fake slide, then offensive line and running back assignments, 35-18 double X. Then he calls a count, be hide on 2. You know what that is?
What is that?
Well, we'll tell you in a second.
All right. Boy, I tell you, that's a lot of stuff to get transmitted. He'll run it. Picks up about 13, maybe 14 on the play. Anthony Bell on the tackle.
Here is a call now that Cunningham got. You remember all those signals?
Slot blue left, slip fake slide, 35-18 double X, behind, onto.
And what is it?
Big deal.
Dump pass to the running back. We call it a check down, a little dinky thing over the center of the field.
No wonder they're complaining in some quarters about the small amount of time when they've got to read all that terminology, get it signaled in and so on. It cost them there. Second down and about 3. Anthony Tony will be close to the first down. Number 25, middle of that Cardinal defensive front, doing the job. Harrison, Waller, Young coming up to help.
The Eagles told me they want to average somewhere around 3.5 yards a carry in the running game. And Tony, of course, came in the training camp late, held out most of the summer and came in just before the season started. Hasn't quite yet gotten into full stride. I mean, he's their primary bread and butter ball carrier back there, but he's trying to work himself back in condition now.
Packers on top of the Bears early. That old traditional rivalry. We'll keep you up to date on that. Jets beating Cleveland. First down. Play action. Making sure that tight end. Good coverage on him by Ken Harvey. The linebacker, number 56, holds him to a gain of about 6 yards. Buddy Ryan has high regard for this young man. When he asked him about the Cardinals defense, Buddy, being well known for his defensive thinking, said, I like their linebackers, especially number 56. Yeah. And out of California.
For Buddy to refer to a ball player by his number is quite a compliment. I don't think he knows anybody's name, you know. Number 50 in Chicago was one of his favorite players for a long time, right?
He calls for all those guys by their numbers. 2nd and 3. First down, again showing his physical strength. 3 Cardinals put a lick on him, but he battered his way for the first down, led by Eric Hill and Rod Sadler.
This is the Eagles' bread and butter running play. They call it 37 blunt. What they're trying to do is get the running back off tackle to the weak side. The offensive line up front blocks singly one-on-one. The lead back, of course, hits that linebacker on the outside of the line. Of course, and Byers has to follow that block. 37 blunt. That's their bread and butter play. We'll see it quite a bit today from a variety of formations.
First down, Eagles near their own 40. Byers. Again, Eric Hill, and the ball came loose. It was covered by Byers. Hill first to hit him, and Harvey right behind him. The strength of the Cardinals defense doing their thing. Those linebackers are darn good. All of them number 1 picks. Anthony Bell, Eric Hill, and Ken Harvey. Harvey, the youngest of the 3.
I tell you, Ken, you have to be impressed by the grit. The grit of this Cardinal defense. They come in here with their defensive line pretty well beat up. Bob Glasby, one of their class defensive linemen, is out with on injury reserve with a knee problem, and they're holding up pretty well here.
Cunningham picks it up after he fumbles. to the 45-yard line. That's Randall Cunningham stuff. First down, 14-yard run.
Tim, the reason why Randall Cunningham was so effective is he can create things when things break down. He can run out of the pocket and get yardage when the pocket breaks down. When the ball is slapped out of his hand, he's quick enough with good eye-hand coordination to pick up the ball, not lose his stride, and make something positive out of it. I mean, he is absolutely incredible. He has cat-like reactions.
Freddie Joe Nunn did the job stripping the ball and cost him 14 anyway. First down, Eagles. Cardinals 45. Tony, not much. You mentioned Clasby being hurt. Of course, they're without David Galloway, one of their best defensive linemen. He's been on injured reserve since preseason. So they've got two scheduled starters out of that front. Sadler on the tackle there. Less than a yard gain.
That makes it pretty tough for a team that's playing in the Eastern Division of the National Football Conference, Tim, because you have great linemen you're playing against up in New York, Washington, of course, here in Philadelphia. The people like to keep the ball on the ground because you have to run the ball successfully in November and December if you're going to be successful in this conference, in this division, and it's tough.
Keith Sherman in the backfield now. Cunningham throwing, diving catch by Sherman. Picks up about 7 on the play. Anthony Bell had the coverage.
Give the offensive line credit for giving Cunningham time to throw this ball, and give Keith Sherman a double plus for making a sensational catch. Concentrating on the ball all the way, laying out, and pulling it in.
It leaves 3rd and 3 for the Eagles. 6:16 to go first half. Philadelphia leads 14-0. Lorenzo Lynch and Elliott are in the game along with Marcus Turner. Cunningham this time stopped short of a first down, and that first charge led by Harvey.
Something broke down, or this is a very unusual play. The Eagles ran a counter gap. It looked like Cunningham wanted to hand the ball off to his running back, who was Keith Sherman, who went the other way. Cunningham then said, okay, I'll take it myself and go through the hole. Now watch this. He's going to jab step this way. The line pulls. There they go. He's going to try to get up in there and make some yardage out of it. I think somewhere along the line, Sherman probably misread the play or misunderstood the count or something, but I can't believe they'd have Cunningham running a play like that.
They're going to go for it on 4th and 2. And that brings a Phoenix timeout. So the Eagles showing some guts here. Let's see what happens when we return. Involvements there. Check local listings for the game in your area next Saturday, 12 Eastern on CBS. Eagles going for it on 4th and 2 at the 37 of Phoenix. Cunningham is dropped for a loss. The ball comes loose, but he was down, and it was Ken Harvey, number 56, blasting in from the far side. Looked like LT on that play.
Well,
he's got the same number.
He's got the same number, that's for sure, but it's really a tremendous play on Harvey's part. The Eagles, looking at a short yardage defense, all the defensive linemen clamping downside. Cunningham thinking he can get outside of it. Now it's a foot race, but Harvey having good leverage on Cunningham makes the play a sensational play. Now you know why Buddy Ryan thought so highly of this young man. That's a great football play.
So the Cardinals got to get a lift from that. They're down 14-0. 2 try by the Eagles at midfield, and it is Cardinal ball at their own 44. Play action by Rosenbaum. Trying to run out of there, and something broke down. Looked to me like he wanted to run with the ball there. Reggie White tripped him up. 4th sack against the Cardinals.
Really funny, Tim. That's the kind of thing that Rosenbaum loves doing. He said that in the passing game, the thing he likes to do best is go through play-action passing. You know, fake the run. The fake makes the pass pattern really work. And he calls it the art of deception. This time,
didn't fool
Eagles picked it up. Yeah.
2nd and 12. David Little is in at the H-back position, lining up on the wing right. Johnny Johnson, he's got some room. Picks up about 7 near midfield. Terry Hogue on the tackle for the Eagles, number 34.
Tim, the Cardinals' bread and butter play is basically the same play the Redskins have run successfully when Joe Bugle there was there. Is their offensive line coach. They call it a counter gap. When you have a back like Johnson who can come back and hit that hole quickly the way he does, you can get a lot of yardage out of it. That was the counter gap right there. It's their #1 running play.
So that Rams score roll by 21-7 over Tampa Bay. Jim Everett with 3 touchdown passes in the first half for the Rams. On 3rd down, Rosenbaum runs it out of there, has the first down and then some. Stopped in Eagles territory at the 34 by Hogue and Hopkins. The safety's coming up to get him.
Great reaction on Rosenbaum's part here. He realized that the pocket just broke. You know, it almost looked like a draw, and that the quarterback draw, because the lineman reacted quickly. I think it was. He went back, it's a quarterback draw, and he comes out of there and makes a big play.
Well, you talked about his character earlier. You liked the way he came back from a couple of bad plays with long completion. Here he comes up with a big run, and they now are finally down in Eagles position, in Eagles territory, in a position to do something. Johnson is stopped after a gain of about 2 at the 30-yard line. For an NFL update, let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
Well, Tim, at Green Bay, a Packers running into the kicker penalty on a missed field goal attempt sets up Neil Anderson from a yard out, and the Bears go on top against the Packers. It's 10-7 Chicago, 2nd quarter. Back to Tim and Irv.
That'll be a grinder all the way, as it always is. The Packers and the Bears. 1st down, second down at the 30-yard line. 2nd and about 7, a long 7. Under 3 minutes we go in the first half here at Philadelphia. Johnson picks up 3 more. Reggie White on the tackle, leaves about 3rd and close to 5.
Now, Tim, we were talking about quarterbacks and what it takes to make a great quarterback. And, you know, when you meet a guy, you have an impression of him. You're talking about some of the impressions of some of the young quarterbacks you've met. When you meet Tim Rosenbach, you know, he shakes your hand, nice firm grip, looks you in the eye, got that little swagger, a gritty, tough kid, and you see that out here on Sunday afternoon.
I think so, too. And, you know, he knows, and he's not afraid to say he's still learning here. Only his 3rd NFL start. And he knows he's got a lot to learn, but he says the veterans have been very supportive of him despite the problems last week. Smith. Close to the 1st down. Eric Allen and Reggie White coming all the way off the end to get in on the tackle.
After the Redskin game, J.T. Smith made some comment about not having the ball thrown to him enough, and I think today the Cardinals really want to make an effort to get him involved in the offense. Here he comes across the formation, running an out pattern here in the flat. He's met by a couple of Eagle defenders.
Timeout on the field for the 2-minute warning. We'll be back in a moment. Buddy Ryan, and on the right there, his defensive coordinator, Jeff Fisher. 14-0 Eagle lead. The Cardinals starting to do something. They've used 2 timeouts. 2 minutes to go first half. They're at the Eagles' 22-yard line. Johnny Johnson has a block. Johnny Johnson, touchdown. Good play by the Cardinals. Louis Sharp with a key block. Irv, you gotta love the execution on that play. Coach's dream. 22 yards for the score.
That's exactly what I was thinking. So what great execution. The offensive line picking up the defensive lineman here nicely. A lead block here. Johnson doing the rest. Now watch this reaction. Beating a defender there and going in for the score. You know, I talked to Bobby Hammond, the running back coach, about his young running backs, and he told me, he said, I take Johnny Johnson, I take Anthony Thompson, I milk feed them and then burp them. They're not quite sure what they're into yet. They're in the big time, and they're kind of excited about it.
Johnny Johnson has that football, and you know it's going right under his pillow tonight. His first NFL score, and the first touchdown by the Cardinals this year. Al Del Greco gets his first point after opportunity, and we've got a football game, folks. 14-7, Eagle lead. Yesterday in college football, San Diego State and BYU were convincing winners in their games. And you see Georgia edge Southern Mississippi. Alabama suffered its second defeat at the hands of Florida. Gene Stallings, a former Cardinal coach, off to a rocky start down there where there's always a lot of pressure. Next Saturday, you'll see these matchups. Split national coverage at 3:30 Eastern Time. Most of you will see San Diego State at Brigham Young. The rest of you will see Alabama and Georgia, one of the great old college rivalries, next week on CBS Sports. Now, Brecko's kickoff. At the 4-yard line, Hargrove. A flag down as he works his way to the 23-yard line. Jordan made the tackle, but a flag down back near the 10. Perhaps an illegal block thrown by the Eagles. And it is indeed. So that'll come back. Hargrove, early hero in this game.
Illegal block, number 93 of the receiving team. 10 yards, first down.
David Bailey charged with the illegal block. So Phoenix went 56 yards in 7 plays. Johnny Johnson, the outstanding rookie from San Jose State, a 22-yard touchdown run, continuing his fine play following last week's effort against the Redskins, 54 yards rushing and 6 catches. He has brought the Cardinals to within a touchdown. 1:45 to go, first half. Eagles will start from their own 7-yard line. Up the middle to Schuler, the tight end, a pickup of about 6. Well, let's call it a little bit more. 7-yard gain for Schuler. Hurry up offense here as the clock ticks down at 1:27. Quick to the left. Cunningham pumps once, now in traffic. Sacked by Freddie Joe Nunn inside the 5. Number 78.
It's a big play, Tim. A huge play for the Cardinals. Freddie Joe Nunn just didn't give up here. Watch the big guy here as he comes from his position. The left defensive end here for the Cardinals. The ball snapped. He comes off the field real well, beating the tackle in front of him. Had good leverage on Cunningham. Got the sack.
3 sacks for the Cardinals, and the Cardinals take a timeout. That's their last, but obviously they're hoping to somehow get the ball back. Here it is.
Freddie Joe Nunn down in his defensive end position. First of all, he got up high and prevented Cunningham from throwing a short pass. He wanted to throw a short, quick pass to the outside, jumped up, obstructed his vision, then came back, regained his balance, and made the play. That's just a tremendous play on it. That's right. Celebrate, big guy. You deserve it.
Good job by Nunn. The Cardinals fired up, getting that score. The defense comes out and plays the Eagles' 2-minute drill tough. They've got them backed up to the 4-yard line. Well, we have 1:04 left, and coming up at halftime, Greg and Terry with all the scores and highlights. Pat Summerall and John Madden will set the stage from Candlestick Park as the Redskins and the 49ers get set for their big showdown. That's ahead on CBS Sports. And the Eagles have got a long way to go here just to get out of the shadow of their goal line with 1:04 remaining first half.
Tim, you get the feeling that momentum was beginning to shift towards the Cardinals. You know, the Eagles started out great explosion and they're kind of sort of going through the motion. The Cardinals now seem to be picking up steam.
Inside handoff to Sherman. Out of the shotgun, gets over the 10 to the 11-yard line. Still inbounds. Osborne made the tackle. And the Eagles will have to punt as the clock continues to tick down. Eagles will be punting from the end zone. But the Cardinals, with that late touchdown, very much in this football game. Still a half to play.
The Cardinals have
back.
I'm sorry, Tim. The Cardinals have 1 timeout left. There are a lot of things they can do here. If this is, they don't have any timeouts left. I've just been told by a statistician. Sekahima is the key here. He can fair catch this ball, stop the clock, give his offense a chance to get good field position to set up a play, or if he thinks he has a chance to receive it, and he does it better than anybody in the league, and return it, he can bring it back. All right, he's going to fair catch it, stop the clock.
Right at midfield, 8 seconds left. The Cardinals will get at least a play. Joe Bugle with Rosenbaugh on the sideline. A 40-yard punt by Fiegels. Jeff Fiegels picked up as a free agent when the regular punter, John Telchik, went down with a knee injury, coming over from New England. and he has punted very well in the first game of the season against the Giants and so far here today. But Jerome Brown always a load in the middle of that line. We're looking to do some business here to make sure that Rosenbauer does not get time. Rosenbauer sacked. The ball is loose. And time has expired. And it is Cardinal ball. Reggie White with the charge. And I think he thought the Eagles came up with it. The 5th sack of the half by the Philadelphia Eagles.
It's amazing. They're talking to Reggie White yesterday. I asked him, you know, as good as you are, an all-pro defensive end, and one, you know, the best defensive lineman in football, most people concede. What can you do better? He said, well, I can work on my defense against the rush, and I can work on my pass rush. I said, you kidding? He said, yeah, I can get better at all areas.
I got to believe he was kidding, but maybe not. That's why he's considered the best in the business at his job. So the penalty was against the Cardinals, and 3 zeros are up. The first half has expired here at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, where the Eagles looked like they might turn it into a rout early with 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. The 34-yard strike to the rookie Marvin Hargrove, and then Cunningham sneak, and Johnson has replied to make it 14-7. At the end of the first half, the score, the Eagles 14, the Cardinals 7. CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League will continue after this message and a word from your local station.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by the new generation of Oldsmobile. Step into the future now at your Oldsmobile dealer. Castrol, engineered for today's smaller cars. And by Federal Express, the best way to ship it over there.
See the halftime statistics in rushing yardage. The Cardinals 86-54, but the Eagles have passed them dizzy, especially in the first quarter, including the 34-yard touchdown strike Cunningham to the rookie Marvin Hargrove. Both defenses have had some success getting to the quarterback, as the sack stats would indicate. Hargrove inside the 10 to the 38-yard line, and vigorous applause for Marvin Hargrove, who wants to become the next Vince Papale. Old Eagles fans will remember that local hero back in the late 70s.
I guess you know who the most popular man in Philadelphia is today, don't you? There he is, number 80, Marvin Hargrove, almost breaking a kickoff, putting the Eagles in pretty good field position around the 38-yard line.
Vince Papale was a walk-on back in the late 70s, who, very much like Hargrove, became a fan favorite because he begged for a tryout, made the team, and became an important special teamer. Fires on first down, gets about 4 yards. So the Eagles had a 14-0 first quarter lead, surrendered that 22-yard run to Johnny Johnson, and have themselves in a football game. And certainly the atmosphere here, both in the part of the players and the fans, is that this is a must-win game. A game they should win against what they consider an inferior opponent if they're going to the Super Bowl.
Well, that's true. The Eagles think they're better than the Cardinals. They respect the Cardinals, however, though, Tim, but they have said to us that if they're going to get to the Super Bowl, this is the game they have to win.
Second down and 7. Fires short of the first down. Good coverage by the Cardinals. Harvey again having a great day with Jay Taylor, number 27, the right corner. Conversely, the Cardinals, all of them we spoke to yesterday, said, we're here to win this football game. Last week is over. We didn't play as badly as that 31-0 score showed. We're a young team. We're not coming in here feeling that the Eagles are a better team. We're coming here to win.
That's right. You know, and I can feel their confidence rising as this game goes on. The first quarter, the Eagles jumped on them early and seemed to have things under control. But the Cardinals now, you can see, know they can do certain things against the Philadelphia Eagles. Their confidence is rising. And now we have a heavyweight slug match on our hands.
Saw Tim McDonald, and he was one of the Cardinals who was vehement about victory. Interception by McDonald. To the 11-yard line of the Eagles.
believe it, Tim. You said the one who was one of the players most adamant about winning today was Tim McDonald. And as soon as the words came out of your mouth, McDonald ended up with an interception. Cunningham trying to find one of his receivers coming across the middle. Throws it, but McDonald, this is a great coverage here. A hook pattern here to Mickey Schuler. McDonald comes off of it. Now you know why he's an all-pro defensive back. This year in the Cardinals defensive scheme, they're going to use him more in pass coverage than on the run defense. He said, I'm going to sit back and play pass defense first, then run. Now you know why. Cunningham trying to find Schuler. Instead, picks up number 46, Tim McDonald.
That's a great catch, diving in front to steal it from Schuler, who was waiting there in good position to catch the ball. First down, Cardinals at the 6-yard line. Opening minute of play of the second half. Number 52 made the stop. Buddy Ryan cannot like the way the second half has started.
Now, I tell you why. The Cardinals have come in here with the attitude they want to take charge. That's Joe Bugle. Bugle is a guy with no quit. I mean, everything is positive and straightforward with him. And I'm sure he's told his ball players at halftime, we can beat this football team if we play our game. Let's just go ahead and suck it up and get after them.
Good time for Rosenbach, complete. Ernie Jones near the 1-yard line. Number 86 out of Indiana. They call him Indiana Jones. And he makes a key grab here.
The Cardinals are blessed with some great wide receivers. Of course, they have the experience in Roy Green and J.T. Smith, but they have some outstanding young receivers in Ricky Prohl and this guy, Ernie Jones, number 86. This is a tough catch, coming inside in the middle in tough territory when you know you're going to get clobbered. Number 34, Terry Ho, takes the first shot, but Jones holds on.
Third and goal from the 1. Thompson. Oh, it is a touchdown. Touchdown, Cardinals. Second effort by Thompson. Broke the plane of the goal line. And Rosenbach had to do well to get the ball handed off. Watch what happens here on the snap.
This is amazing. He loses his balance, but he's able to get the ball off anyway. And Thompson reacts to it too. Now watch, he'll go down lower to get this handoff. He takes it right at his waist and powers in there for the touchdown. Thompson, of course, reported at camp late. The number 1 draft choice, or the number 2 draft choice for the Cardinals, and an outstanding running back from Indiana. You know, Tim, you're a fight fan. This reminds me of one of those old Rocky movies, you know? Really.
Greco for the point after.
You know, the Eagles start out, look like they're going to blow them away. The Cardinals come back. Now, we're in the middle rounds.
We'll be right back. In the third quarter here, and the key play, that interception by McDonald, Tim McDonald, a USC star, giving Rosenbach a chance to lead them into the end zone from 6 yards away. Let's see it.
Boy, I tell you, there are a lot of big plays in this series. First of all, they wind up picking off the interception. Here it is now. Cunningham going upfield, and Tim McDonald, who made the Pro Bowl for the Cardinals, you can see why now, picking this off and coming up and setting up his offensive team in great field position. That's a huge play.
Well, and McDonald telling us yesterday that he would be more involved back in the pass coverage. Last couple of years, he was a big run force man helping the young linebackers. Hargrove tackled from behind at the 20-yard line by Eldonta Osborne, number 90. And so the Cardinals doing a good job on kick coverage. Eagles will start from their 20-yard line.
If Tim is a defensive back, an old defensive back and defensive backfield coach, I know that once you get one interception in the quarterback, you can hardly wait to get out there again in the next series to see if he can get another one. So Tim McDonald right now is saying, okay, Randall, put it up again. Let's see if I can get a second one.
Cunningham 9 of 13 in the first half and opened the second half with the interception. Tony and Drummond in the backfield. UCLA.
Tremendous pass rush by the Cardinals. They're simply coming in here one-on-one. Waller has to break down his man, number 79, Mike Shadd, and he does. Just a relentless pass rush. Cunningham trying to stay in the pocket as he should, steps up, but finds number 66, Jim Waller.
See Dick Chapura there, just acquired from the Bears, getting some time for Carl Hairston. Second down and 18. Cunningham trying to run out, nearly lost his balance. And he is dropped again, a diving tackle by Ken Harvey. And the crowd here at Philadelphia's Veterans Stadium booed the Eagles after the Cardinals' second touchdown to open this half, and they're booing them again now.
Well, what they can't seem to see is there's the Cardinal defense out there, Tim, is playing pretty good football right now. Great pursuit. The defensive line's putting heat on Cunningham. Ken Harvey, their outside linebacker's been all over the place, and right now the Eagles have a few problems.
Third down and 14 for Cunningham. First down, they will punt.
One of the things that happens here in Philadelphia, Tim, is people, of course, have high expectations for this team. They expect them to go out and blow teams away and, you know, get into the Super Bowl and perhaps even win it. And Matt Darwin's down. Matt was one of the guys I was talking about before. We had knee surgery during the offseason, and his left knee was operated on, and he spent a lot of time during his rehabilitation in the training room reading the Bible, you know, and 4 hours a day, working out, trying to come back. Very soft-spoken young man who's done a pretty good job for the Eagles in the past, and right now it looks like that knee is giving him a problem again.
Well, Darwin became the starter for the Eagles, and that injury is certainly a damaging one. Buddy Ryan will have to be concerned. It'll be Ron Heller, a former starter, who would come in to replace him. And watching them out there, it appeared that they were looking at that knee. You could see the brace underneath his football uniform. He does wear a knee brace, and indeed watching him in practice on Friday, he seemed to be bothered by that knee. In non-contact drills they were doing in practice, he seemed to be favoring it and commenting about it. So they will hope that it has not been re-injured in any serious way. Yeah. The Cardinals nonetheless have really come alive with tremendous pressure here, and going back to that notion of them looking back at their own game film of a week ago. They lose a game 31-0. And they actually pull out highlights and reassure themselves that, hey, a play here, a play there, eliminate the mistakes, and we would have scored a bunch of points against the Redskins. And clearly they've come in with a positive attitude off to a bad start early, and here they are in a tie game.
Well, they came in with every intention of winning this football game, and they're playing with a great deal of enthusiasm. But again, in that Redskin game, they had some tip balls and things go against them. They didn't quit. They came in there and went in there and fought right down to the last second. Here's Matt Darwin leaving the field. The Buddy Ryan is very proud of his offensive line. The offensive line in Philadelphia has taken an awful lot of heat from the press and been criticized severely about not really doing the job. But he feels, and his offensive line coach, Bill Walsh, feels that this line is beginning to come together, and they're going to be a first-class offensive line. But they need that guy, Matt Darwin, to do it for them.
So Fiegels will punt as the Cardinals do the job defensively. Standing at his 8-yard line. Sikahema waiting for it at the 35. Low snap, good field. Line drive punt. Sikahema into Eagles territory at the 46-yard line. The Boo Birds are out in Eagles nest. We'll be back. Tim Ryan and Irv Cross. You're looking at Rich Kotite, the offensive coordinator of the Eagles in his first year in that role, replacing Ted Plum, who is now an assistant with Phoenix. An ironic matchup today, but it's been that Cardinal defense. 4 sacks have made all kinds of problems for Kotite's new offense. Cunningham has not had time. First down, Cardinals. Johnson collided with the quarterback and still picks up a couple of yards. So a little miscue in the timing of the play, but the rookie Johnson turns it into a gain. Byron Evans, number 56 on the stop.
You have to wonder, Tim, what's going on between Rosenbach and the center, Bill Lewis. Well, this time, no, not the center, it's the guard, the left guard, Derek Kennard, pulling out, who tripped him up. as Rosenbach left the center. Fortunately, they're able to come up with a handoff here and get something out of it.
That was their counter gap play that you described at halftime. Kennard and Sharp pulling from the left side. Timing off a little bit, collision with the quarterback. Still a 2-yard pickup. Sikahema gets about 3. Close to the 40-yard line. It'll leave third down along 5. Well, about 5 yards. Chicago over Green Bay 17-10 now. The Rams beating up on Tampa Bay. And Detroit, the run and shoot. The silver stretch is defeating the red gun at this point. Jets, look at that score over Cleveland, and Miami shutting out Buffalo. Many people picked the Bills to win the AFC. New England and Indianapolis are tied. Third down and a long 4. 6 defensive backs in. Frizzell and Hopkins joining the regular secondary of the Eagles. Rosenbach intended for Ernie Jones. Broken up by Frizzell. William Frizzell, number 33. Solid nickelback performer. Came over as a free agent from the Lions in 1986. So the Eagles get the job done defensively, and the Cardinals fail to capitalize. Camarillo standing at his 45. Hargrove at the Eagles' 10. Down near the 10-yard line. And we'll be back at Veterans Stadium with a 14-14 tie. 7:39 remaining third quarter. Tim Ryan and Irv Cross. 14-14 tie at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. And the Eagles starting from their 12-yard line after the Camarillo punt. Robert Drummond, second-year man from Syracuse, picks up about 9 near the 20-yard line. Anthony Toney and Drummond are the running backs. Second and a yard, Eagles. Drummond again for a first down to the 28-yard line of the Eagles. Taylor and McDonald on the stop.
This play is pretty well blocked, a single blocking. And Drummond trying to slip outside. Really wants to go out tackle there and see some daylight outside. What you can't see in the on the screen here is that Calvin Williams, the wide receiver, does a pretty good job of driving off the defensive back, allowing Drummond to come upfield for the yardage.
Drummond, a second-year man, he had a good preseason. Many think he's probably the best pure runner of all of these Eagle backs. You like those big guys who can block. Drummond again, who can catch the ball. Picks up about 6. And the Eagles calmly putting a little drive together after being stopped in their passing downs by a fierce rush from Phoenix. Now have put Drummond to work on the ground and in the air, 2nd and 4.
Makes you wonder what's happened to Keith Byers. He's pretty much the Eagles' #1 player from their offense, and he's been on the sideline most of the third quarter.
Cunningham now 12 of 17 passing. Draw play for Drummond. Good second effort, picks up about 3 after he was hit in the backfield. It'll be close to the first down. It appears to be just short. Ken Harvey on the tackle is having a whale of a day for Phoenix. It'll be third and about a half a yard or less. Roger Vick into the ball game for the first time, number 43. Like Mickey Schuler from the Jets, one of the final cuts. Sherman, first down. A flag is down on the play. Keith Sherman, number 23, skirting to the 45-yard line. Let's see what the call is. It may have been
Defense, offside, penalty decline, first down.
appeared to be Jim Waller. Eagles decline it.
Tough short yardage play. Again, the Eagle offensive line pinching down inside. You see the Cardinals jump offside there. Good lead block here on the outside, but Drummond, Heath Sherman does a pretty good job coming off his right guard.
So the Eagles with a first down. It's a good drive. Timing pass out the left side, incomplete. Intended for the tight end Schuler. It looked like Anthony Bell may have got a hand in there to deflect that ball away. And again, the Eagles fans booing, but this time what they thought should have been interference. And there is now a late flag. McDonald and Bell are furious, so it must be interference.
I don't know. There was an awful late flag, though, Tim. It didn't go down. The play had been run. The players are walking back towards their respective huddles. This is about 10 seconds after the play.
Well, it may have been another official who had a better view when he saw the first man did not make the call. He made his. That must be what happened.
Interference on the defense. First down.
They are indeed calling it interference, and Joe Bugle wants an answer there from Don Hakes, the field judge.
Well, let's see if we can see what they saw. Number 55,
Bell had his hand right in his face.
Okay.
I think it's a good call.
Okay.
It looked like he'd even made contact with the face mask of the intended receiver, Schuler.
But normally, Tim, incidental contact is something we'll let you get away with, but...
I don't know how incidental that was.
Well, it looked incidental from here. I don't know. Maybe down there is more aggressive.
Well, it's a big play for the Eagles. They've come out of their own end smartly and get a little help with the interference call here. They spotted at the 37-yard line of Phoenix.
Cardinals have really come up with a tremendous defensive effort here. Their front four has done a good job containing Cunningham, and their linebacker play has been just simply outstanding.
Drummond again. 2, maybe 3 on the play. Number 36, 23-year-old Robert Drummond from Syracuse. The sore hip is the word on Byers. He suffered that injury against the Giants last Sunday night. Played most of that game with the sore hip. We are told he will return, but meanwhile Drummond is getting the work. Miami really doing a job on Buffalo. Second down 18. I'm sorry, second down and 7. Schuler wide open. To the 13-yard line, the new tight end, Mickey Schuler.
A lot of good things happened on this play, Tim. It was a play-action pass. The Cardinals reacted to it really nicely. Frankly, they played the run, but then he came off of it realizing it was the pass. But here's the big play right here. Calvin Williams, number 89, picking up a good downfield block for Schuler, allowing him to advance inside the 15-yard line.
That's 2 or 3 times you pointed out good blocks by the rookie wide receiver, Calvin Williams. First down, Eagles threatening at the 13 of Phoenix. Drummond is stuffed this time. Cardinals swarming in from their defensive right side. Sadler was there. And the linebacker, Eric Hill. And Lonnie Young, the safety, coming up. Eric Hill, the second-year man from LSU, an outstanding rookie season a year ago, and playing well again in the early part of this one. Second, a long 8. Cunningham can't find a man. Now he does. The tight end, Harper LaBelle, to the 5-yard line, short of a first down. the second-year man from Colorado State, a Plan B free agent from Seattle. He's here to snap the ball. They've only got 2 tight ends without Keith Jackson, and this guy comes up with a big play.
Big play indeed, a rollout. Cunningham following a bevy of blockers there. Can't find his original target. Comes off, picks up a secondary receiver here, Harper LaBelle, for a big play.
First catch in the big time for Harper LaBelle, Colorado State. Here's the first down. And wide open, touchdown, Keith Sherman. Well, the planners beside him, next to us, the Eagles coaching staff, playing a pretty good drive from deep in their own end and the go-ahead touchdown.
Play action pass again, running at 37 blunt. The Cardinals bite on it. No one picks up first man out. He's Sherman. Should have been the middle linebacker.
Roger Luzak for the point after. And the Eagles have taken a 7-point lead. Touchdown scored by Heath Sherman, number 23. And we'll be back at Veterans Stadium in a moment. Well, next Saturday, college football on CBS Sports. San Diego State at BYU or Alabama and Georgia. 2 big games at 3 o'clock Eastern time here on CBS Sports. Alabama has lost their first 2 games. Georgia won yesterday. An old rivalry, should be a dandy. And you expect some footballs in the air when you see San Diego State and BYU. 1:48 to go, 3rd quarter. Eagles have just gone on top, 21-14. Ruzek's kickoff takes a good bounce. Sikahema fields it well. And gets out over the 20-yard line to the 21. Now, how about this? A former Super Bowl quarterback with an important role here on the Eagles. Jim McMahon says, I can contribute to this team. Thought he might spike it. Knows how to get a rise from the crowd. Took a little drink of water afterwards because that used up for a lot of sweat. All right, Cardinals first down at their own 21-yard line. See how Rosenbaum Company can rebound from that good Eagle drive. Johnson. Good coverage out the right side by the Eagle defense. For an NFL update, let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Tim, at Green Bay, Jim Harbaugh has added to the Chicago lead at Green Bay, 40 yards down the left side to Ron Morris, and the Bears in the 3rd quarter lead the pack 24-10. Back to Tim and Irv at the bench.
Thank you, Greg. Harbaugh starting to look like the quarterback they hoped he might be. The Chicago Bears. 2nd and 9, a 1-yard pickup. Rosenbaum rolling. Has his man. First down, Cardinals to the 36-yard line. Isaiah Jenkins with a tough hit on Roy Green, but the veteran held on.
A lot of things impress you about Tim Rosenbach. Tim, first of all, he throws the ball very well on the move. Rolling to his right, very active, very effective. Rolling to his left, also effective. He said he loves to do this. He loves moving and delivering the ball. Here he throws the ball, one roll out to his right. He's hit late. I think there's probably a penalty there on the Eagles, eh? Yeah, roughing the passer. Try to sort all this out. You've got flags down on both sides of the ball. Miss the Eagles.
Seemed to be a flag downfield initially, but we'll find out as our referee Jerry Austin sort things out. It turns out well for the Cardinals. They had a first down on the pass, but the penalty apparently has given them additional yardage, a better choice to make. 2nd and 10. Let's see if they... That'll be a first down play. They just haven't flipped the sign. It is first down at the 38-yard line of the Cardinals.
They never told us what the penalty was. It had to be roughing the passer. It had to be, yeah.
Terry Hogue, apparently, blitzing, was the culprit. Some early motion and whistle stopping the play. May indicate the Cardinals drew the defenders over. And look at Rosenbach getting up there to jaw with the officials and hoping it's going to be called against the Eagles. Again, another discussion.
Well, let's see. You know, he's had a non-rhythmic cadence. He's running here, and it could very well be that the quarterback, you know, dipped or moved his shoulder.
Number 61, still first down.
Lance Smith charged with the false start. That's why Rosenbach was so upset.
All right, the right guard. Let's see if he does move. He'll move prior to the snap. There he goes. Okay.
Yeah, although over on the right side, it looked like there might have been an Eagle offside before he even moved the shoulder. 8 penalties for the Eagles. That's only the 3rd charge against the Cardinals. 1st and 15. Good catch by Kroll. Picks up about 7. Out over the 40-yard line. Jesse Small forced him out of bounds. And we have reached the end of the 3rd quarter with the score, the Philadelphia Eagles 21, the Cardinals 14. Our coverage will continue after this message from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Tim Ryan and Irv Cross at Veterans Stadium, Philadelphia. The Eagles leading 21-14 as we begin the 4th quarter. And over on the Cardinal sideline, a guy that you can see the look on his face, J.T. Smith, not happy that he is not getting more action here. Started the game, has been in some, but has been not used a lot in these first 2 games. There's speculation in Phoenix that Cardinals are planning to trade the 34-year-old veteran. And he has not seen a lot of action here today. Rosenbach runs out of time, and he is stopped behind the line of scrimmage for yet another sack. Jerome Brown, 6th Eagles sack.
Tim, you have to credit the secondary for this sack, though, because Rosenbach did have time to deliver the ball. He's back here. His offensive line does a good job picking up this Eagle pass rush. 1,001 and 1,002. Can't find anybody open. Now things break down because they're all covered. And there he goes.
And it is Reggie White who is the injured player, number 92 of the Eagles, and getting attention on the field. And the man over him there, number 99, a very concerned Jerome Brown.
Tim, as you can imagine, Reggie means a great deal to this Philadelphia Eagle football team. He's not only a great football player, but he's the minister. So he's sort of a spiritual leader of this football team as well, too. But you have to be concerned when somebody like that goes down. Sometimes you have injuries from contact. Sometimes you have injuries just because you get your cleats caught up in the turf and you sort of twist up. You know, let's see what happens to Reggie. He's trying to move in one direction. Now watch, he'll probably stop and come back. And just twisting down to the ground, he seemed to twist his leg. So perhaps it's just a minor thing, or maybe he's kicked in the head, huh?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I thought I could see them perhaps giving him a little smelling salt there. He might have just, as he hit the ground, let's see if we can see it. There it is right there. Yeah, his own teammate. Foot came up, and of course, with the diving attempt by White to get into the play, he just dove right into that flying foot. So Steve Calfusi is in to replace him, number 94, second-year man from BYU. Tonga-born, cousin of Vi Sikahema, actually. 3rd down, and Rosenbach running out of there. He's got the first down. And he ran over 2 defenders to make sure he had it. Flattened Terry Hogue and a linebacker, Seth Joyner.
Tim, he won the battle that time, but the next time he runs the ball, I'm sure he's going to go ahead and hit the deck. This is great reaction on his part, though. Going back, not finding anybody open, now sees the hole in front of him, takes off. Now his instincts take over. He's a tremendous competitor, a great athlete here. He wants to get as much as he possibly can for his club. Rather than go down and take a quarterback dive, he says, hey, I'm running over you.
38 yards he's got on 2 carries now. Sure got Gary Hogue's attention. Into Eagles territory. Johnson is stopped right at the line of scrimmage by Byron Evans, the middle linebacker. Fired up middle linebacker. Bears on top 24-10 over Green Bay. The Rams doing a job on Tampa Bay. Testaverde's been lifted from that game in favor of Chris Chandler. And the Jets still lead Cleveland. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Miami really beating up on the Bills. Hard to imagine Buffalo without any points. 2nd and 10. Rosenbaugh out to his back, Johnny Johnson. He breaks a tackle and picks up close to 7 yards. Reggie White is back in the ball game. Eagles fans will be pleased to know. Got a piece of the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and 3. The Cardinals driving at the 40-yard line now of Philadelphia. 12:43 to go. They're down by just a touchdown. Well, this is a game guy, this Rosenbaugh. Johnson again going to the weak side, gets the 1st down yardage, it would appear. Rosenbaugh, a 2nd-year man, but only a technicality. He is really a rookie. He started once last year and really had very little experience, and this is in effect a rookie season for him. And you got to admire his tenacity, because the way the game started, it looked like he was going to have a long afternoon. Here he is leading the Cardinals on a drive that could tie things up. 1st down at the 36. Anthony Thompson, the Indiana star, their first pick this year, and as Joe Bugle told us, Irv, he's still a little behind.
Yeah, he hasn't quite gotten the system under his belt yet. His conditioning isn't what it should be, but he is a great running back, and as the season progresses, he's just going to get better and better from week to week.
He was a holdout, of course, and missed virtually all of the training camp down in Phoenix. 2nd down and 7. 10th play of this drive. Rosenbaugh's got a man. Kroll. Out of bounds inside the 15. Eric Allen drove him out. The rookie from Wake Forest. And he looks like a good one.
Cool as a cucumber. Tim Rosenbaugh dropping back here, looking upfield, and spots Ricky Pro coming across on a quick out. Boy, I tell you, I wonder, Eric Allen, the Eagles were in a dog there. Eric Allen just simply dropped Pro, like you didn't even see him out there. He was on a one-on-one, dropped him. Pro comes up with a big catch.
1st down, Cardinals. Inside the 15 of the Eagles. Johnson. Good hit on him by Ben Smith, the Georgia rookie #1 pick. Holds him to a gain of about 3, maybe 4, depending on the spot.
We talked about that counter gap series at the, I almost said the Redskins. The Cardinals like to run. Here it is right here. Johnny Johnson following those big linemen coming upfield trying to break it. He runs upright. You know, some people criticize that type of running style, but for him it works because it gives him a chance to see things better and gives him a chance to react off potential attackers better.
It is a good 4-yard gain. It'll be a long 5 on 2nd down. Rosenbaugh, same play. They threw to Kroll, this time to Ernie Jones. Good defensive reaction by the Eagles, however, this time Ben Smith again. Installed as a starter as soon as he was drafted. Buddy Ryan likes what he can do. Well, they're going to have to do some good things defensively because the Cardinals are playing with confidence now. It'll be 3rd down and still a long 4. Virtually no gain on that one. 8-yard line of the Eagles.
thing, though, Tim, even though they didn't get a gain on it, he completed the pass. He knows he can throw the ball upfield. People are going to catch it.
By Sikahema in now. Good receiver out of the backfield. A little mix-up on the play call. Dropped at the 5 by Ernie Jones. Rosenbach had to throw it in a hurry. Somebody came free on him, William Frizzell. And so at the 5-yard line, it'll be 4th down.
It's really funny. We talked all week long about a young quarterback coming into Philadelphia. You know the Eagles are going to pressure him. Will he crack under the pressure? No, not this guy. Looking at a blitzer right square in the eye, he gets it off. The receiver simply dropped the ball. You cannot shake up Tim Rosenbach.
So they'll take the field goal. 8:57 to play in a good football game in Philadelphia. A 26-yard attempt by Al Del Greco. And it is good. So the Cardinals have reduced the margin to 4 when we return at Veterans Stadium. A lot of football ahead. Well, you see Johnny Johnson has 78 yards rushing for the Phoenix Cardinals, and Cunningham doing the job in the Rich Kotite offense, 15 of 20. That's certainly better than 65%. 2 touchdowns, and the sacks. Well, the Cardinals have played awfully well defensively. Even though their offense has been sacked, they've got 4 of their own.
Well, I tell you, they're playing real well defensively, but I'm still impressed by Tim Rosenbach.
Has to be.
He's come up with some key plays. The Eagles have put an awful lot of pressure on him. Doesn't seem to bother him. You know, there's one play in particular a few plays ago where he hits Ricky Prohl going out on the sideline pattern. Tremendous heat, stood in there coolly, hit him for a big play, and it resulted in the field goal.
Sure did. It was a very impressive drive by Phoenix. They went 70 yards in 13 plays. Came up with a 26-yard field goal. You know this young man's disappointed they didn't get it in the end zone. He had a drop there at the 5. But, he's a rough, tough-looking guy and a rough, tough quarterback. Marvin Hargrove out to the 29-yard line. And this young guy, what a story, as we told you at the beginning of the game, dreamt he would score on his first handling of the ball as a pro, and indeed he did, which he had done in college and in high school. Marvin Hargrove, a walk-on from Willingboro, New Jersey, nearby Philadelphia. Cunningham now will try to fire up the Eagles offense. 8:44 to go. They cannot sit on a 4-point lead, obviously. The Cardinals are a fired-up team here. They came to win. They have closed to within 4. Tony. Eric Hill and Anthony Bell on the tackle, holding him to little, if any, gain.
Tim, the thing I watch for when I watch these games is see how players react when there's pressure on. Now, that particular play, no gain on the play, Cardinals stuffed it. They must have had 9 red jerseys around the ball carrier. Tremendous team pursuit. You think they're fired up?
Well, they are, and that's been their style, this young team, even though they are considered veterans. They've got guys who have been playing since they were rookies. They're an enthusiastic group. In and out of the hands of Drummond. 3rd down, and an unhappy Randall Cunningham will have to make something happen on 3rd down. Getting the signal from the sideline. .8:03 to play, 4th quarter. 21-17 Eagles lead. A game that looked in the beginning like it might be a rout, absolutely turned around by the Phoenix Cardinals. Cunningham finds an open man, Calvin Williams. 1st down, Eagles to the 47-yard line of Philadelphia. And this rookie receiver, they are very high on him. 5'11", 180-pounder from Purdue.
If you want to see a difference between Cunningham last year and Cunningham this year, this play really highlights it. Of course, Calvin Williams breaking outside, easy open man, but Randall waited and waited and waited for him to clear before he finally delivered that ball. In the pass, he would have taken off with it. Big completion to a wide receiver upfield.
2nd catch for Calvin Williams. He said this guy stepped in and looked like he understood NFL football right from the first day in training camp. And some early motion by Ron Solt. Number 66, the right guard.
66, still first down.
That'll back him up 5. First and 15 back at the 42. Ninth penalty against the Eagles. Coach Ryan will have plenty to say about that. Win or lose. And win or lose, the Phoenix Cardinals have served notice here today against the team that many tout as a Super Bowl contender, the Eagles. Drummond gets about 4. Keith Byers has not returned to the game. They said he might, bothered by a hip that he hurt against the Giants last week. And Drummond's been getting a lot of action in his spot. Now we have a Cardinal down and hurt. We show you the baseball scores. Red Sox can ill afford a loss there. And the Cardinals can ill afford another defensive injury as they have Plasby and Galloway out of their lineup with injuries already. Trying to pick up that one for you. So with an injury timeout, we'll be back at Veterans Stadium in a moment.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by the United States Marine Corps, the few, the proud, the Marines. AC Delco Automotive Parts. AC Delco, it's like buying time. And by Federal Express, the best way to ship it over there.
On second down, an interception by Jay Taylor, a double tip. The Cardinals have the football. We'll bring it back to you. The ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage on a 2nd and 11 pass from Randall Cunningham. Watch it here.
There's the interior lineman. Can you see his number? Freddie Joe Nunn or
Dick Chapura. Dick Chapura.
Okay, Chapura batted it up, and then Jay Taylor taking the high ball, picks it off for the Cardinals.
So a huge defensive play by the Cardinals. Dick Chapura just come in for the injured Carl Hairston. Now watch the bat, and then it was deflected one more time, and Taylor came up with it on the fly, takes it to the Eagles' 36-yard line. Lots of time, deep for Green, and overthrown. Eric Allen had a better shot at it than Green. 2nd and 10. Allen had good coverage on Green, and Rosenbaugh fired that thing about 2 yards too long. Rosenbaugh now 9 of 17. 94 yards, 1 pickoff. But they have 2nd and 10 at the 36.
Eric Allen defending against Roy Green is in pretty position to catch it than he is, and the ball slips through his hands.
Cardinals still in Eagles territory with a 2nd and 10. Johnny Johnson hit hard by Joyner, maybe a yard. Third down at 9.
Seth Joyner is the outside linebacker here, taking on this play. Here come the guards pulling, and Seth stepping up inside, making good contact. Johnny Johnson's down.
And there is an Eagle down, an injured Eagle player. There's Reggie White, who was nearly KO'd with a flying foot a while ago. Now he's attending to one of his teammates. Gives us a chance to remind you we've got more football ahead on CBS Sports today. The Redskins at San Francisco. Next here on CBS, our doubleheader game. That should be a dandy. Redskins coming off their 31-0 win over Phoenix a week ago. And the 49ers squeaking by New Orleans, not looking like their Super Bowl championship selves. Let's see what they get going today at home. Trying to pick up this one, this injury for you. And Chicago, meanwhile, gone way out in front of Green Bay, 31-13. And the Rams, a similar score against Tampa Bay. Detroit hanging on to Atlanta. It's Mike Pitts, the injured player, number 74. That would bring in Mike Golick. The backup who gets to play quite a bit. He's on the field already, and Pitts being attended to by the training staff. And meanwhile, these Phoenix Cardinals playing a good physical football game, showing all kinds of persistence here. Off to a bad start, behind 14-0. And now with 5:45 to go, down by only 4 points, they have a third down at the 35-yard line, needing 9 yards for a first. And you can see Pitts favoring his left knee. Pitts, who came over from Atlanta in a deal in 1987, and Buddy Ryan calls it maybe the best trade ever made in the NFL for Greg Brown, a defensive end, but typical of Buddy's hyperbole. But nonetheless, he had certainly contributed greatly to making this front four perhaps the best in the game. But Pitts will leave with an apparent knee injury.
We were talking earlier, Tim, about the intensity of this game picking up like an old Rocky movie in the early rounds. To kind of spar around, and Rocky gets clobbered, and then he comes back. And the Cardinals look to me to be that way. They picked up momentum starting in the third quarter, and the intensity seems to be rising.
Well, if they win the game, they can go run up the steps of the library here in Philadelphia. 3rd and 9. Rosenbaum with flags flying, scrambles for about 4 or 5 yards, tripped up by Jerome Brown, number 99. And a holding call against Phoenix.
Holding, number 63, offense. Repeat, 3rd down.
Tootie Robbins, Robbins playing with a sore knee, has gone all the way today for the Cardinals. They had Joe Wolf ready to fill in for him as Robbins hurt himself in practice this week on Thursday. But he wanted to go. He wanted to take on the Reggie Whites. And that's, I think, indicative of the spirit of this team. They felt, as we've said several times, they shouldn't be underdogs coming in here. Apart from the score last week, they were coming in here very much as equals, intending to win. 3rd down. Rosenbach gets time. He has Sikahema. Sikahema picks up about 13 on the play. It'll be short of the first down, however. Izell Jenkins forced him out. Now, what do the Cardinals do here, Irv Cross? They're looking at a 4th and about 6.5, 7 yards in Eagles territory.
Well, I have the answer for you in a second.
Well, if you wait for them to make it.
Looks like they're going to kick a field goal. You know, I was concerned about that last penalty because they were in great field goal range, but they're able to pick up enough to get back and have another shot at it.
Well, it's going to be from the 40-yard line, so it's a 50-yard try for Al Del Greco. Wind appears to be with him on the high flags. Hard to know about down at field level. It is good. Al Del Greco from 50 yards away. A shot from Shamu, the world's largest flying whale, providing this aerial photo of that stadium. Airship Shamu, the goodwill ambassador for the SeaWorld family of parks. Thank them for being along with us today, and this most exciting football game coming to a climax. 4:44 remaining to play in regulation time. Del Greco has kicked 2 consecutive field goals, the last one from 50 yards away to pull the Cardinals to within a point. Hargrove, the deep man, will take it at the 5. Battles his way to the 23-yard line, stopped there by Lorenzo Lynch. Well, tonight on CBS, we'll start with 60 Minutes. He sold Saddam Hussein a super gun that some people think could fire chemical weapons and someday nuclear warheads. That's why Gerald Bull was taken out by a couple of hitmen. Who sent them? Find out when 60 Minutes premieres tonight for the 23rd time, followed by Murder, She Wrote and the CBS Sunday movie Earth Force. First down from the 22-yard line. The Eagles suddenly up against it, having to move the football. A rollout by Cunningham. Good coverage. Sadler, Taylor, turning him into the linebacker, Ken Harvey.
That's one of those plays that if it works, you're a hero. If it's not, that's what you get. There's really sort of a bootleg Quick on the outside, comes back and blocks down on the outside linebacker here. Cunningham faking a handoff. Now he's going to roll out there. You see Quick in position here. He gets a crackback block, but there's no room upfield for Cunningham, and he has to go down. Well played defensively.
Second down and 6 yards remaining. First. Anthony Tony blasts away for about 4. Jim Waller on the stop. Waller's had a strong game in the middle of that defensive front. Ken Harvey right there with him. All the linebackers have played well, and that's been the story of this Cardinals defense the last couple of seasons.
Maybe one day we'll be calling Jim Waller Dr. Waller. He's interested in becoming a doctor. Can you believe, though, in high school he was a hurdler?
No, I can't.
He really grew up,
6'3", 275,
yeah.
And he's probably more than that. That's the listed weight.
Yeah.
Carl Hairston is back into the ball game and left with a little injury a bit ago, and the Eagles forced to take a timeout. On 3rd and 1, it looked like they were running out of time, and they took the timeout. 3:12 on the clock. What do you think, Irv? Were they not going to get the playoff, or didn't like something they saw there? But it looked to me like Quick was the guy who made the timeout signal. Randall Cunningham talking to Rich Kotite on the sideline. Jim McMahon. Yeah, you see Quick signaling the timeout just at about the same time as Cunningham is, and McMahon has signaled it in from the sideline. So it was Kotite who decided he didn't like what he saw defensively. Good catch by our cameraman and director Mike Arnold again. McMahon sending in that signal from Kotite to take the timeout. So it's 3rd and 1. They've got the play they want now, presumably. Keith Sherman. It'll be close. Good job by the Cardinals stacking that up. This is a big player.
Big indeed. Again, the Cardinals in a short yardage type defense with that defensive line pinching down, trying to take away the gaps. The Eagles want to force their way through there, and I don't know. They may not even measure this. They may not have made it.
Hairston, Sadler, Harvey all there. Carl Hairston, as we said, had come back in after an injury. The 37-year-old veteran, he's been solid today. Cardinals think they stopped him. They have. No measurement, no nothing. 4th down. Bugle talking to Rosenbaugh, getting him ready. 2:59 on the clock. Beagles standing at his 18, hits from the 23. Good kick. Clutch kick by Jeff Beagles. Inside the 10, Sikahema. Fred Barnett made the tackle. Beagles really delivered on that punt. 60 yards. What a football game at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Tim Ryan and Irv Cross watching a dandy. 2:42 to play, 4th quarter. Eagles lead by a point. They had a 14-0 lead back in the 1st quarter, but these Cardinals have clawed and scratched back to within a point, and they have the ball 1st down at their own 12-yard line. Rosenbaugh flushed. Dropped the ball, covered by the Cardinals, although I believe play was whistled dead. He got about 2. Seth Joyner made the hit. Good coverage downfield, evidently, because he had reasonable time, I thought, on that play, Irv.
I think you hurried things a little bit that time, Tim. You know, that may be one of the things you see with his inexperience, perhaps. He should have given it a little bit more time because his offensive line did protect him. But Rosenbaugh's the kind of a guy who wants to make things happen. He wants to get going right away. And I think he pulled the trigger prematurely this time.
You saw in the replay Joyner grab his arm, and the ball did come loose, but after he was down. Crowd into it now. Rosenbaugh asks for help from the official, and he'll get a chance to talk to his coach. We'll be back in a moment. Tim Ryan and Irv Cross, Bet Stadium, Cardinal ball down by 1. 2nd and 8 from their own 23-yard line. Rosenbaugh appeared to be asking the referee to help him with the crowd noise. but he was watching the clock wind down to the 2-minute warning. They got a timeout, and that's where we stand.
That's where we stand right now, and you get the feeling the Cardinals are ready, are poised to go ahead and make a drive here in the last 2 minutes to win it. But the key, obviously, is for the Eagles to continue to keep pressure on Rosenbaugh, and he has to, Rosenbaugh, on the other hand, has to stay cool. Hit his receivers upfield.
They've had better field position this half, and they made it pay off. Rosenbaugh for Prohl, incomplete. A little bit short. Flag is down, and they may have got an interference call on Smith. The ball was actually underthrown a little bit. It would have been a hard catch for Prohl because Smith was running with him stride for stride. But they get an interference call.
Pass interference. First down.
The rookie, Ben Smith.
It's a huge penalty.
Herb, you're an old defensive back. What do you think here?
Well, I think it's very close. Of course, he did screen Prohl before the ball got there. He left his feet, came across him, hit him before the ball arrived. Big play, big penalty, and the Cardinals are on the move.
10th penalty against the Eagles. They've been costly. That's the most costly of all. First down at the 44. Good protection. Rosenbaugh, however, can't find a man. He'll run it. Has the first down. Rosenbaugh playing like the old Randall Cunningham to the 44-yard line of the Eagles.
Tim, you talk to any coach in the league, they'll tell you that great quarterbacks have the ability to make things happen when things break down. And you don't teach this. It's hard to coach it. It's instinctive, really. Rosenbaugh feeling everything was covered upfield, had to do something, and he did. Pick up a big first down, stepped out of bounds, stopped the clock. His drive's still alive.
1:47. The ball spotted at the 43-yard line. Del Greco has kicked the 50-yard field goal in this quarter. Quickly out to Sikahema. Shakes the tackle. May have a first down. Very close. Driven out by Jenkins. Ran through Terry Hogue.
Eagles coming on a blitz. See number 33. William Frizzell trying to put heat on Rosenbaugh. He gets the ball off quickly to Sikahema, and nearly a first down.
That was a very mature play by the young quarterback. He saw the blitz. He threw the perfect pass right on the money. The guy in full stride.
The good thing about it, Tim, is that he saw the blitz coming all the way. He was looking that way as Frizzell left the field, so he could see him coming all the way, time up his blitz, and throw it over his head.
Second and short. Less than a yard. Johnson trying to go wide. Has the first down. Hit by Joyner. Help from Reggie White. 1:28 and ticking. Cardinals know they have Al Del Greco ready to go. 2 fourth-quarter field goals by Del Greco from 26 and 50, bringing them to within a 1-point margin. No team has gone from 0-2 start to a Super Bowl. The talk in Philadelphia has been that this should be their year to be in the Super Bowl. If they lose this game, the records at least would be against them getting there. Johnny Johnson to the 28-yard line. Pickup of 5 for the rookie. And timeout called by the Cardinals.
Bugle. You know, Timmy talked to him yesterday. So he thinks it's important for a coach to be well-liked by his players. He could be a kind of a guy who yells at them and cracks the whip and everything else. But he doesn't believe in that. He wants to be well-liked by them. And a few weeks ago, not too long ago, when asked about Tootie Robbins and his weight, he said that Tootie Robbins is not fat. He just has a wide base. Big guy at 322 pounds has a wide base. That's Joe Bugle. He looks for something positive and everything, I guess. But he has these Cardinals believing in themselves. You know, he talks about learning how to win, being able to come back when the pressure's on. And you don't hear him say no. You don't hear him say can't. You don't hear him say anything negative. Everything in his mind is positive. And that man right there, Buddy Ryan, is the same kind of a guy. He says, we can beat anybody anytime if we play our game. And right now he's concerned about trying to get his club going.
Second down and about 7 yards to go. seconds left to play inside the 30 of Philadelphia. Johnny Johnson tripped up by Joyner. By Evans make it. Number 56, Byron Evans. Timeout called by the Eagles. You saw Buddy Ryan signaling that timeout, that he wanted it called after the next play. So they were ready with it. It is 3rd down and about 6 for the Cardinals at the 28-yard line of Philadelphia. And a chance to win this football game. 43 seconds on the clock. They spotted the Eagles 14 points in the first quarter. A team that lost 31-0 last week at Washington. Came out with their heads high, actually found highlights to look at, and felt that they had played a much better game than the score indicated. 3 tipped interceptions by this young man, Rosenbach. He shook everything off, and when we talked to him yesterday, he was confident. He wasn't cocky. He didn't make any excuses for what happened last week. Just left everything behind. One setback is Johnny Johnson. 3 wide receivers. Green, Kroll, and Jones. It is Johnson carrying. Trying to get to the first down. He gets to the 25-yard line. It'll leave 4th down. And about 2.5 to go. Rosenbach started off. Now starting back. 30 seconds left.
That was an interesting call by the Cardinals. You can understand it. You know, you're in field goal position. You have 3 points because you have a pretty good field goal kicker. You don't want to do anything to have the ball turned over. You can take a chance by putting the ball in the air. So why not go into your bread and butter play? So they run the counter trap. Didn't get the yardage, but they're still in pretty good shape to kick the field goal and take the ball game. And Del Greco well within his range. And unless the Eagles can block it, if something happens on the snap, it should be in there.
Eagles took the timeout with 30 seconds left. Get the people they want on the field for this field goal attempt. There is Al Del Greco. Last year.
In just a few minutes, we will be leaving this game in order to bring you coverage of the Washington Redskins LA Raiders game. We make this switch in order to satisfy our contract with the NFL. Once we've joined coverage of the Redskins game, NFL Today will keep you fully up to date on the final minutes of the LA Rams Chicago Bears game.
It is good. 42 yards officially. 42 yards. Look at the Cardinals. Listen to the Eagles fans. Football scene out there. College football coach at this point, an excited Joe Bugle, saying stay calm, everybody, but look at Louis Sharp about took his head off.
I tell you, Tim, it's not the Super Bowl, obviously. But Joe Bugle has been telling the Cardinals all along, you have to believe in yourself. You can do it. You can win the big game. If we win a big game, this club will come together. They're looking forward to a challenge against a team like Philadelphia, of course, coming here in the second week. It's early on, but look at Joe Bugle. He's taking it all in. He has 2 Super Bowl rings, folks, but I'll tell you right now, he's higher now than he's ever been.
Buddy Ryan is lower than he has been at least this season. He's looking at 0-2. No team has made it to the Super Bowl with that kind of a start. 25 seconds left to make something happen. They better get it to Marvin Hargrove, the young man who said that he dreamt he would score on his first touch of an NFL football, and he did it to start the game handily. They've got Randall Cunningham as the deep man at the goal line. Hargrove is there as one of the up men.
Tim, you can expect if Cunningham gets the ball to pass it. You can't do that on a kickoff return. He has 1 and 2. If I see at least 3 pretty fast receivers on the field, Cunningham catches that ball. Look for a forward pass.
Barnett is back with Hargrove standing at about the 10-yard line. 25 seconds to play. Cardinals have lost regular season games. Out of bounds, Eric Allen. 22 seconds left. A flag down. Flag down upfield. (23-21) Cardinal lead.
After the play was out of bounds. Personal foul. Shot to the head, number 46, Philadelphia, 15 yards. First down.
Izell Jenkins, an ill-advised penalty, clearly setting them back here, making this seemingly impossible task more difficult. Back to the 11-yard line. Jenkins apparently giving somebody a shot after the play was over out of bounds. So Cunningham from his 11-yard line has Byers in there. Byers has not played at all, I don't recall, in the second half after a hip injury. Schuler, lateral to Byers, he missed it. Cardinals have the ball. 15 seconds remain at the 16-yard line.
Again, Tim, this is one of these plays that if it works, it looks great. If not, you have a problem. It's the old, we used to call it the old hook and ladder play. Cunningham and the Cardinals celebrating the victory, just 14 seconds away from it, but it has to feel pretty good that Joe Bugle and his gang over there. Cunningham taking the long snap, hits Schuler on the hook pattern now. Schuler pitches the ball out to the trail back here. Byers is slightly behind him, can't handle it, and the Cardinals again come up with a big turnover. Ken Harvey, who's played a sensational game, has come up with another big play.
Yeah, there's some justice in he being the guy there to make that fumble recovery. Rosenbach has got Sikahema set way back here in the running back position, just in case. And Rosenbach should be able to finish it up. So a big upset this afternoon at Veterans Stadium by the Phoenix Cardinals, who will go home and create some excitement in the state of Arizona. They have defeated the Philadelphia Eagles, a potential Super Bowl team who still may be, but they are now 0-2. After this stunning upset today, they had a 14-0 lead in the first quarter. The Cardinals shook it off and came back. 2 field goals by Al Del Greco, getting them